Two of the greatest icons of the 80s combined to create some great and sometimes weird watch collections. Today we're going to talk about the official Transformer licensed G-Shocks, and at the end of the video we're going to show you what we would like to see from Casio. The first official collaboration from Gshock is back in 2007. Transformers from Tomy collaborated with Gshock for a Japan-only release for their popular watch models. The DW5600 received the Optimus Prime colorway. This includes the massive blocks of red and blue with accents of white and gold. This is a rare glimpse of the original translation of the Transformer franchise. Cybertron here is the original name for the Autobots, and Convoy was the original name for Optimus Prime. Japanese properties tend to be renamed as they hit the overseas market, and the Transformer franchise is no stranger to this. The DW5600 is just the second best-selling model in Japan. The number one bestseller is the DW6900, and this model got the Megatron treatment. This arch enemy of Optimus Prime shares his purple, silver, and chrome palette to the 6900. This also exhibits the original Decepticon moniker of Destron, but retains the Megatron character name because that actually remained the same. Both models have custom case backs with their faction emblems, printed straps, and special packaging. I like how the models show a bit of the character design, as the boxy 5600 was used for the angular Optimus Prime, while the curvier 6900 for the arching lines of Megatron. It took 10 years for Gshock to release another watch collaboration with the Transformer franchise. This one is a China exclusive for the Michael Bay film Transformers: The Last Knight. This included a special box container for all three models. The first one is the cheapest, the GA700 Megatron model that included a custom case back, container, and keychain. This one has a printed strap. The Bumblebee model was a repurposed GA110 that makes use of the gold dial accent to reference this lovable robot with some unique printing on the strap. This one has a tumbler instead of the keychain. Lastly, and most expensive of the trio, is the Mudmaster Optimus Prime. This GG1000 is an all-black model that also has the printings on the strap, which is the typical and cost-effective way that Gshock makes their limited editions. Hardcore fans may love the subtlety of these models, as they are virtually identical to their regular model releases. To many like me, it just feels like a lazy cash grab, much like the movie itself. In 2018, to seemingly make up for this lackluster effort, Gshock and Transformer created one of the best collaborations in Gshock history, the 35th anniversary Transformer Cross Gshock display set. This is the perfect combination of Gshock goodness and a real transforming action figure where you could display your limited edition watch on. The watch can be cleverly stored as part of Optimus Prime's chest, where the matrix of leadership would normally go. The display figure is being offered at a premium in the gray market, apart from the 6900 model that it launched with. The watch itself features the familiar red and blue main colors. This is also accented with silver parts and a Transformer logo. This concept was so successful that the following year another version was released, the Nemesis Prime variant. This one uses the DW5600 model that sports Nemesis Prime's colorway. The display figure is a sleeker black Transformer, but not as desirable nor iconic as the previous variation. These were the official releases from Gshock prior to this year. There was a video collaboration with a G-Steel model used to depict Optimus Prime. This model, however, is just a normal GST-B100 that's digitally animated for the short movie. It looks cool, but it would have been cooler if it was an actual collaboration. There's another Gshock that's being nicknamed the Optimus Prime, this Gravity Master, the GA1100-2A. It's really not an official licensed Transformer model. It just bears the similar red and blue tones. This one reverses the colorway, as the band bears the red colors rather than the body. Fast forward to this year, China is getting another limited edition collection, but this one featuring the original G1 designs. The models used are the usual bestsellers, the DW56 and 6900 along with the GA110. Although Prime is front and center again, it's Bumblebee that steals the spotlight for this collection. The DW6900 carries the yellow and gray colors of Bee accented with red and white. This is very appropriate to this transformer as the round profile mimics that of the beetle curves of Bumblebee. All of the models in this collection has a custom strap print and caseback emblem with the transformer head pressed on it. The collection also comes with a Cybertron display case that has the three models' cases molded on them. Next is the GA110 Optimus Prime. This is a weird one. Gshock opted to use the red and blue tones on the two-piece strap and giving it a clear ring keeper. The case is then prominently colored white, while sprinkling in red and blue on the dial. This, I think, is the worst of all the Transformer Gshocks. It looks more like Jetfire than Optimus Prime if you ask the nerd in me. Lastly, the Megatron model that's reimagined on a DW5600. It's not the first time they've done this, but this one has a very nice silver and dark gray tone with some red accents. Notice also how this matches the blocky contours of Megatron G1. This latest collection will definitely be a must-have for Transformer and Gshock fans. For me, however, this is what I would like to see from Gshock. I would love to see the technology from the MRG squares and how the parts were individually manufactured, just not made out of extremely expensive materials. I started with a white and red frame that we see from Optimus exterior trims. Then I added the iconic red shade from this hero, but I made use of laser etching technology from the titanium squares. With the MRG tech, we can now add a really cool different shade of red as the bezel for the watch. I recolored the latter links with blue IP coating that's also laser etched with similar details from Optimus shins. Next was the gold trims that were used on the buttons and display emblems. Finally, to complete the look, I used the negative display because it's just more pleasing to look at, and I added a few more laser etchings on the silver links. I think this is a better representation of Prime shown right next to the new one that we got from Gshock. Ultimately, this look more closely resembles that of the Optimus Prime in the Bumblebee movie. This insanely popular version of Prime is the most exciting fusion of the old franchise with new technology. A collaboration that continues to roll out into the new millennium. These truly are some of the greatest and rarest limited edition Gshocks, and we've only shown you a glimpse of what Gshock is capable of doing, especially now that they're exploring more metal material processing, and this is much more appropriate for the Transformer franchise. So what do you think? What's your favorite Transformer Gshocks, and what would you like to see from Casio in the near future? Comment down below. These truly are some of the